Well, good morning. It is Tech for Senior. It is August the 11th. Hewie, episode 279, almost to
Wow,
280.
they're just piling up. Just amazing how long we've been doing this and how much fun it's been.
Season 6. You got it. I was thinking about a video I made the other day, and I made it 5 years ago. I mean, wow, it's crazy. Anyway, welcome everyone. We have a great show for you today. It is going to be lots of fun. Don't forget that at half past the hour, we will have our premiere video on. But I goofed. Huey, I made a mistake. I goofed, and it's already published. So you probably have already watched it. But for those of you who will be watching it after the show, please watch this show. Don't go over and look at our premiere show right now. Anyway, Bill's going to talk on a good topic today, and one in which we're probably going to talk more about this year, Windows 11 personalization. Well done, as people are now converting. What do we got? A couple of months left before the big day. Huey's going to talk about something that I think is, again, we've talked about this before, and that's iOS 18 on an iPad. And really, with the changes over the last year, I still think the iPad is a really good alternative for your Windows PC if you have an iPhone. And I think that there were a lot of changes, and it's really a very productive, powerful machine now. And Huey's going to tell you all about that. And then I have to apologize to everybody because I put something controversial in the yes, I did, Huey. I put something controversial in, and it's going to stress a lot of people out. So I apologize in advance. And you know what it was? How many days to shopping till Christmas?
Mm.
Yes, 136 days. Today, you have 136 more days until Christmas to shop. So it was all about shopping and specifically Google Photos and producing pictures and canvas pictures in specific for gifts for people. So you might find that interesting if you're getting stressed out already about Christmas shopping. Well, Costco's already starting to get their Christmas stuff in, so you got to think about this now, right? Anyway, so 136 more days. Now, I wanted to also, we talked a little bit about the newsletter. This week, I put a lot of work in the newsletter. We went out for dinner with friends of ours, and we had a nice dinner with our friends. And on the way, as we were leaving, she said, Janet's her name, Janet said to me, "Oh, I got 3 out of 5 on your quiz." And I thought, what? I didn't even know she was watching our newsletter. She said, "I got 3 out of 5." And then she said, she said to me, I really don't understand much about your what people say in the newsletter, because she doesn't have much computer skills. But she says, "I like to see what I can do." Excuse me. So I created a new feature which will be in every week now on our Saturday newsletter, and it's learn one thing. Learn one new thing, and I put it in the in the chat so you can have a look at that. But learn one new thing, and it's going to be something that this week it was on how to change the fonts in Gmail. It's going to be one simple thing, and if you learn every week, you learn one new thing. In a year, Huey, 52, you'll know 52 new things, right? So
Absolutely.
it's going to be, so that's our new feature in on our Saturday newsletter. All right. And I think that was about it. You're doing okay? You had a good WinSig yesterday?
Yep, my voice isn't doing very well today. It sounds a little bit better, but I'm coughing more and so on. It's hard for me to talk, but it's getting better. But to do the hour and a half where I'm pretty much talking most of the time, we had a really good WinSig yesterday. A lot of good conversations, a lot of good topics we
Right.
covered.
And of course, Bill James, these videos you're making are getting better and better. Wow. All as I can say is keep going, man. Keep going.
Well, thank you. And I got ahead of myself. August is not cybersecurity month, it's October.
October. Okay. Well, you're just ahead of the times. And of course, Mike Leaman, Are you driving your truck around impressing everybody in Moncton?
You know, it's amazing. I parked the other day while I was waiting for one of the other residents outside a drugstore, and this lady came over and says, "I love your truck. The color is amazing." I mean, I've never had that happen to me with a vehicle before.
That
There you
color is
go.
very nice.
There you go. Very nice. That's great. And we look forward to your music selection
And
today.
I've got everybody here at the home thinking I'm totally crazy because we're in the middle of another heat wave, and tomorrow is supposed to be probably the warmest day of the year. So last night at supper, I made the announcement that I'd had the air conditioning turned up in my room and I was making snow. And Tuesday evening, we're going to make snowmen. So they all think I'm completely bonkers, but we are going to make snowmen. So, anyways, it'll be interesting.
All right. Very good. Let me see. What else was I going to say? Oh, and don't forget Thursday. We had a really good talk last Thursday, didn't we, Hewie? Tech for Senior Live is back, and we had a great session last Thursday. So don't forget this coming Thursday. We'll be on deck as usual with all the news of the week, and there should be lots of news coming up. Pixel 10 is going to be released. We'll be talking a lot about that as well. So interesting stuff. Don't forget, come on our Thursday show, but don't come here. It's not a Zoom meeting. He and I always laugh and see who's logging into they think the Thursday show, but they're logging into our Zoom meeting. No. It's not a Zoom meeting. All right, let's get going with the show. The first one for you is an interesting one, and we'll talk about it a bit later on. Let's see what I have to say. Hello, friends. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Ron Brown, and this is Tech for Senior. Today I'm going to show you how to create your very own video using ChatGPT. Yes, this AI tool can help you from start to finish, even if you've never made a video before. I'm going to show you how I made my video today called Understanding the Confusion with Google Wallet and Google Pay. You'll be seeing that later on today in the show, and I'll put a link down below for the description to that video. But this is how I made it using ChatGPT. And the best part, you don't need fancy equipment or a lot of technical skills. We'll walk you through together, step by step. ChatGPT is like a smart assistant you can talk to. It can help you write, plan, and even create pictures for your video. Now in ChatGPT, there's some exciting new features. Voice chat with real-time screen sharing, so you can talk to it like a friend while showing your work. Video and voice conversation mode, see and hear responses instantly. Photo enhancement, perfect for improving your video's pictures. And better step-by-step guides. It can now break down tasks in plain language. Great for beginners. Now, every good video starts with a plan. In ChatGPT, you can simply type, "Help me plan a 3-minute video about my garden." ChatGPT will give you an outline of topics, suggestion for images, and key points to say in each part of the video. You can even ask it to make your script short and simple, perfect for staying clear and on track. Once you have your outline, ask ChatGPT to write your narration script. For example, write a friendly script for seniors about how to grow tomatoes. It will give you ready-to-read text, which you can tweak to match your style. Keep sentences short and use everyday language. You can even ask ChatGPT to make it sound warm and conversational. With ChatGPT 5, you can create images right inside ChatGPT. Type "create a cartoon of a sunset in a pot," and you'll get a picture you can use in your video. You can also enhance your own photos. Just upload them and ask ChatGPT to brighten, sharpen, or even remove a background. You don't need a fancy microphone. Your computer or phone works just fine. You can record just your voice to go with your images, or film yourself talking into the camera. If you like ChatGPT, you can even help you practice your lines using the new voice conversation mode. It's like rehearsing with a friendly co-host. Now, once you have your script, images, and recordings, you can use free video editors like Canva, Clipchamp, or iMovie. Upload your images, add your narration or video clips, and arrange them in an order you have planned. If you get stuck, ask ChatGPT, how do I add background music in Clipchamp? It will guide you step by step. Now, sharing your video. When your video is ready, you can upload it to YouTube, Facebook, or even email it to your friends. ChatGPT will help you write a short, catchy description and even suggest tags so people can find it. All right, let me talk about the Google Pay and Google Wallet video you'll be seeing later on in the show. Now, if you look at this window, you'll see, of course, I'm in my ChatGPT account. You'll see at the top here, it says ChatGPT5. I want to first draw your attention to a specific feature on the left-hand side, which I would encourage you to use. Now, this is only available on the paid version. Most of the other features will be available for anyone, but the paid version has a section called Projects. And this is really important and will save you a lot of time. Let me just click on New Project. And we're going to call this project name Garden. It's going to create a project. Now, the beauty of projects is this is where all your research is done. It will hold it within the project file. But you can add instructions for the project. So you could add whatever instructions you wanted, and I'll show you the instructions I used for the Google Wallet and Google Pay video, but you could put in here the type of video you wanted, the content, who the intended audience would be. And as ChatGPT continues to refine your search and you have lots of questions for it as you're doing the project, you don't have to keep putting these instructions in, because the instructions that you've given on the type of video and the content will be reflected in all the searches within ChatGPT. And it holds all your searches in that project, and it saves all your projects. So it's pretty cool, and I find it a big time saver. So if you do have the paid version, just come over and use the project feature. Now let's come down to, let's save this. You'll see it's now created a garden one for us, but we'll come down now to Google Wallet versus Google Pay. So let's look at the instructions I gave it. Create a script for a 15-minute YouTube video that will be shown to an audience of seniors with varying computer skills. So that sets it up what I want it to do, and then it's going to create the information I want in the chat window here. Now, of course, I've already done that because I've made the video. So let's come down here, and I'm just going to bring this up. Let's come to the very top of my project. All right, we're now at the top now, and you'll see here, this is the input that I gave it. Write a script for, of course, Google Pay and Google Wallet. You'll see that here. So I don't have to rewrite the information on the type of video, because that's already been predefined in the project, like I just showed you. So it's going to now create this for me. So the first thing is it gave a title for it based on search engine optimization. It's going to actually go through YouTube, and it's going to figure out what would be the best title for this video that you want to make. And it said Google Wallet versus Google Pay 2025. What's the difference and which one should you use? So then the runtime is 15 minutes. And you'll see that the introduction says the hook, are Google Wallet and Google Pay the same thing? Not quite. Quick overview of the confusion and why it matters in 2025. And the promise the viewers will learn key differences, use cases, and recommendation. So it's going to give a brief, so this is the video that they've created. Brief history, what's the Google Wallet, what is Google Pay, and it's also timestamped them. It also indicates in here, it gives you some graphs you can put in. You'll see that this was put into my video. As we come down here, which one should you use? Privacy and security, and conclusion and takeaways. So this is what it set up for me. But then it asked me, would you like to create a script, teleprompter text, or YouTube description? Well, I'd like a teleprompter text because I use a teleprompter. So here's a 15-minute teleprompter ready script, and this can actually be exported into any teleprompter program that you have. So this is the actual script that is written. So you just basically are reading it back. You can certainly edit it. So you'll see here, let's start with a little back history. Google Pay started as Android Pay, launched in 2015. Now, just remember those words as you listen to the video later on. And as we come down, of course, it gives you graphs that you can add in, and it gives you all the information that you have to basically just read back because it's created it for you. I just want to come down to the end and show you the images that I had make. If we come down here, you'll see, and these are the images that you'll see in the video you're about to see. Phones without NFC. You'll see the NFC phone, branding history. You'll see my image here. Which one should you use? And it creates all these images for you. Now, the only problem I have is that, of course, the creation of the images is relatively slow, and it really slows you up if you want to create a lot of the images. So you don't have to have the project settings to actually do this. You could just do this in a new chat and create it. You'd have to be a little more specific in your prompts, but you could still do this with the free version. And that's how I create YouTube videos with ChatGPT. And there you have it. From planning to sharing, all with ChatGPT at your creative helper. Remember, you don't need to be a tech expert. Just take one step at a time and let ChatGPT do the heavy lifting. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Okay, you'll be able to see the follow-up video a little bit later on. Thanks, Drew. And it is cool if you are into video making. You know, ChatGPT really does a very good job. And what I really want you to do is just think about the video, because you'll see the video I made, and you'll recognize the words and some of the images in the video that's coming up at the end. All right, now let's fight back against scams. What do you say, Bill James? Anyway, Bill has done.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Are you here? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Bill's done an excellent job at this video again, and I guess it's a bit of a twist that we can fight back against this. We don't just have to sit there and take it anymore. We can fight back, right?
Exactly. And there are some tips. Hopefully it'll be helpful. And for those that already know this, it'll be a good reminder. I had a friend recently got scammed for $8,000, which I thought was, I've talked to him numerous times, and he fell for the bait and lost a lot of money. So this is kind of an homage to him.
He should have watched this video.
He should have. Listened to me.
Right.
In a world that's increasingly interconnected and unfortunately also increasingly filled with clever scams, it's easy to feel vulnerable. These scams are designed to trick even the most discerning individuals. Hi, I'm Bill James, Tech for Senior, speaking on your power against scams. But remember, you have more power than you think. You possess the ability to protect yourself and your assets from these deceptive practices. Every phone call, email, or message could be a trick, a carefully crafted attempt to deceive you. But knowledge is your best defense. Understanding how these scams operate is the first and most crucial step in safeguarding yourself. Scammers often target older adults, hoping to catch you off guard, exploiting perceived vulnerabilities. But remember, you control your information and your money. You have the right to protect what's yours. Their main weapon is urgency, a tactic to pressure you into making quick decisions. Fear, excitement, or even threats designed to make you act fast without thinking clearly. Recognize these tactics for what they are, just tricks. Deceptive ploys intended to separate you from your hard-earned money. This video will show you the most common scams, the red flags to watch out for, and how to spot them, giving you the tools to identify and avoid these traps. We'll give you practical steps to protect yourself, your finances, and your loved ones, because protecting your family is just as important. Remember, you're not alone. This is a widespread issue. Millions face these challenges, and help is available. There are resources and support systems ready to assist you. By learning and sharing this information, you protect not just yourself, but your whole community. Knowledge is power, and sharing that power strengthens everyone. Let's build a wall of awareness, brick by brick, that scammers can't break through. A united front against these deceptive practices. Your security is in your hands. The power to protect yourself lies within you. Let's get started. Let's empower you with the knowledge and tools you need to stay safe. Scammers are masters of deception, and they often follow a carefully crafted script. These scripts aren't just random words. They're meticulously designed to exploit human psychology. The primary goal of these scripts is to manipulate your emotions, preying on your fears and anxieties to cloud your judgment. They aim to create a sense of panic or urgency that bypasses your rational thinking. Their favorite trick? Creating urgency, a false sense that you must act immediately to avoid dire consequences. They'll tell you to act now or face disaster, leaving you little time to think or consult with others. This pressure is a key tactic to prevent you from realizing it's a scam. They might claim your bank account is at risk, compromised by fraudulent activity, and that immediate action is required to secure your funds. Or they might claim that you owe back taxes and must pay immediately to avoid penalties, legal repercussions, or even arrest. Impersonation is another common tactic they employ, pretending to be representatives from the IRS, using official-sounding titles and jargon to appear legitimate, or Social Security claiming there's an issue with your benefits or account. They might even impersonate the police, creating a frightening scenario to pressure you into compliance. To further deceive you, they can fake caller ID, making it appear as though the call is coming from a legitimate government agency or institution. They will also use official-sounding language and complex terminology to gain your trust and make their claims seem more credible. Remember, real agencies will never call you out of the blue demanding personal information or immediate payment over the phone. Scammers often resort to threats, arrest, legal action, or claiming your computer is infected with viruses to scare you into doing what they want. They'll frequently insist on payment by gift cards, which are nearly impossible to trace, and offer them anonymity, or through wire transfers, which are also difficult to track and recover. Increasingly, they're demanding payment in cryptocurrency methods that are notoriously difficult to trace and offer little recourse for victims. If someone asks you to pay with gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency, it's almost certainly a scam. No legitimate organization, whether it's a government agency or a reputable company, will ever demand payment in these forms. So stay alert and be vigilant. These are the key red flags to watch out for to protect yourself from falling victim to these scams. The grandparent scam preys on your love for family. You get a frantic call. "Grandma, it's me. I'm in trouble. Don't tell anyone." The scammer begs for secrecy, isolating you from verifying the story. Then comes the urgent request for money bail, hospital bills, or fines, often with a fake lawyer or officer on the line. They demand fast payment by wire or gift card. To protect yourself, pause and verify. Call your grandchild or another family member directly. Ask a personal question only your real grandchild would know. Don't let emotion override caution. Tech support and lottery scams use fear and excitement to trick you. A pop-up warns your computer is infected, call now, but the technician just wants remote access to steal your info or sell fake fixes. Never call numbers from pop-ups or give remote access to strangers. Lottery scams claim you've won big, but you must pay a fee first. Legitimate prizes never require upfront payment. If you didn't enter, you didn't win. If you have to pay to claim a prize, it's a scam. Stay skeptical of unexpected offers. Protect your information and your wallet. In today's world, scams are becoming increasingly sophisticated, and it's more important than ever to protect yourself. Are you ready to defend yourself against these threats? Start with skepticism. It's your first and strongest line of defense. Approach every interaction with a healthy dose of doubt. Be wary of unsolicited calls, emails, or texts, especially those that come out of the blue. Be extra cautious, especially if they ask for money, financial details, or any other personal info. Legitimate organizations rarely request sensitive information through these channels. Don't hesitate to hang up the phone immediately if something feels off or if the caller becomes pushy or aggressive. Similarly, don't hesitate to delete suspicious messages without opening any links or attachments. Never share sensitive details like your social security number, bank account information, or passwords with strangers, no matter how convincing they may seem. Be especially wary, even if they claim to be from your bank, a credit card company, or the government. Scammers often impersonate these entities to gain your trust. If in doubt about the legitimacy of a request, call the organization directly using a trusted number found on their official website or a recent statement. Slow down, take a moment to pause and collect your thoughts before responding to any request for information or money. Remember, scammers want you to rush into a decision without thinking clearly. Talk to someone you trust, like a family member or a close friend, before acting on any request that makes you feel uneasy. Use caller ID to screen your calls. Let unknown numbers go straight to voicemail. If it's important, they'll leave a message. And consider using call blocking tools or apps to prevent unwanted calls from reaching you in the first place. Keep your computer's security software, including your antivirus and anti-malware programs, updated regularly. Be cautious with links and attachments in emails or messages. Exercise caution, even if the message appears to be from someone you know. Scammers can hack accounts and send malicious links. By incorporating a few simple habits into your daily routine, you can create a strong barrier against scams and significantly reduce your risk of becoming a victim. Stay alert, stay informed, and stay safe. Even the best defenses aren't foolproof. If you're targeted, report it. Reporting helps law enforcement stop scammers and protect others. In the U.S., report fraud to the Federal Trade Commission at reportfraudftc.gov or call number 1-877-FTC-HELP. Provide as many details as you can, names, numbers, instructions. If the scam used the mail, report to the U.S. Postal Inspection Service at uspis.gov. Report or call number 1-877-876-2455. For identity theft, visit identitytheft.gov for a recovery plan. Also, report to your state's Attorney General and your local police, especially if you lost money. Keep records of your reports. Reporting isn't just for you, it helps everyone. Take action and help shut scammers down. In Canada, report scams to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre at antifraud.centreantifraud.ca or call number 1-888-495-8501. Share all details, phone numbers, emails, and a description of the scam. Even if you didn't lose money, your report helps warn others. Also, contact your local police if you lost money or your identity was compromised. Notify your bank and credit card companies right away. Keep records of all your reports and contacts. Most importantly, Share what you've learned with friends, family, and neighbors. Talking about scams removes the stigma and helps others stay safe. Your story could save someone else from becoming a victim. I'm Bill James, Tech for Senior. Together, we're stronger than any scammer.
Thanks, Bill. We're going to fight back. Hewie, USB.
Yes, this came up in one of my meetings and I decided to put the video together. So let's see what we can learn about USB.
Understanding USB Plugs by Hewie Poplock. I am Hewie's AI friend, Edward Peters. Hewie's voice is still weak, and he asked me to fill in. In one of Hewie's recent meetings, several questions came up about which USB cable should be used. We are going to try to answer that in this session. What is a USB plug? USB, or Universal Serial Bus. Its role is a standard connector for transferring both data and power. It replaced older, bulkier connectors, making devices more compatible and easier to use. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus, a standard way to connect devices to computers and other electronics. It is used for transferring data and supplying power between devices. It supports many connector shapes, Type A, Type B, Type C, Micro, Mini. Its speeds range from USB 1.0 12 microbits per second to USB 4, 40 gigabits per second. It powers and connects devices like keyboards, mice, flash drives, printers, cameras, phones, and more. It is designed for ease of use, plug and play, and broad compatibility. Here are many of the USB plugs. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus. It's the standard connection used for both transferring data and providing power between devices. On this slide, you can see two arrows, one for data, one for power. The data arrow shows how USB is used to send information between devices like from a keyboard, mouse, flash drive, or camera to your computer. The power arrow represents how USB also delivers electricity to charge or run those same devices. This dual function, carrying both data and power, is what makes USB so convenient and widely used. Whether you're connecting a printer, transferring photos, charging your phone, or using an external hard drive, USB is the connection that makes it possible. Over the years, USB has evolved to support faster speeds, more power, and smaller, reversible connectors like USB-C. But the basic concept has stayed the same. One cable that can do both data and power. Here is a timeline of the evolution of USB plugs. It was first introduced in 1998. Was introduced in 2014 alongside USB 3.1, but it can work with multiple versions. Got confusing after USB 3.0. For example, USB 3.1 Gen 1 is basically USB 3.0. RO forward compatibility is a core feature. New USB ports usually work with older devices, but at the older speed. Here are the common USB types. USB-A, the classic rectangular plug found on most computers and chargers. USB-B, a squarish connector often used for printers and some external hard drives. USB-C, small reversible plug used on many modern phones, laptops, and tablets. USB can be used for power, USB can be used for data, USB can be used for both power and data. USB can work in three ways. Power only, like using a wall charger for your phone or fan. Data only, rare but used in special cables for testing or blocking power. Power plus data, the most common, such as when a USB hard drive both runs and transfers files. The mode depends on the cable and device combination. USB is everywhere, charging phones, connecting a mouse or keyboard, or moving photos from a camera. It's part of our daily routine, and a USB hub lets us plug in several devices at once. This is a 16-port powered hub, great for connecting many devices at once. Always check that a hub supports the speed and plug types you need. This one has USB-C, USB-A, smart charging ports, and a strong power adapter, so it can handle multiple devices without slowing down. Here's the layout. 2 USB-C 3.0 ports, 4 USB-A 3.0 ports, 5 USB-A 2.0 ports, 4 smart charging ports. This mix lets you connect both new and older devices. Common USB connectors. USB Type-A, the classic flat plug used for charging, data transfer, and connecting peripherals. Speeds vary depending on the version. Micro USB, small with wings, common on older phones and small gadgets. Mostly USB 2.0 speeds. Mini USB, slightly larger, once popular in cameras and MP3 players. USB 2.0 speeds. Apple Lightning Slim reversible plug for iPhones, iPads, non-USB-C, and iPods. Used for charging, data, and sometimes video. USB Type-C, oval and reversible, used in modern devices. Supports fast charging, high-speed data, and video output. Here are the micro USB plug and the mini USB plug. Here is an example of a wall plug. Be sure to choose the one that will do the job for you. It will support the wattage that you need and is fast charging. When ordering cables, be sure that it is the cable that you want. This is a reminder of all of the USB choices. Some cables come with a wattage display, so you know what power you are getting. You can get cables with built-in adapters, but remember that the speeds can only be as fast as the slowest plug. There are so many choices of adapters and end cables. Be sure to order exactly the item that you want. If you are ordering a USB stick, many of our users recommend sticks with 2 types of connectors. Be sure to read the specs to be sure that you get the fastest data transfers available for your devices. This graphic explains how to spot USB 3X plugs and ports. First, the visual clues. USB 3X Type-A connectors have extra pins, 9 total compared to the 4 found in USB 2.0. You'll often see a blue plastic insert inside the port, which is a common indicator of USB 3.0 or newer, though color isn't always guaranteed. From the outside, the shape looks the same as older USB ports. Next, labeling. Many USB 3.X ports and cables are marked with SS, which stands for super speed. If you see just SS, that's typically USB 3.0 at 5 gigabits per second. SS10 indicates USB 3.1 with speeds up to 10 gigabits, and SS20 means USB 3.2 at 20 gigabits. Finally, if you're unsure, check your computer's device manager. Under Universal Serial Bus Controllers, you can see whether your system has USB 3.0, 3.1, or 3.2 host controllers, which confirm the speed capabilities of your ports. So, between looking at the pins, color, labeling, and system specs, you can figure out exactly what type of USB 3X you're dealing with. USB types. Overview. USB has evolved over the years with different connector shapes, speeds, and power capabilities. USB 1X, the oldest standard, very slow at 12 megabits per second, but still works with basic devices like mice and keyboards. USB, a big step up to 480 Mbps, common for flash drives, webcams, and older phones. USB 3X, much faster, 5 to 20 GB SES, often marked with blue or teal ports, used for external hard drives, SSDs, and hubs. Uses the USB 4, supports up to 40 GB SES, high power delivery, and Thunderbolt compatibility. USB-C, the modern universal connector, reversible, speeds from 480 megabits to 40 Gbps, supports high wattage charging. Micro USB, once popular for phones and accessories, now being replaced by USB-C. Key takeaway: USB-C and USB 4 are the current standards for speed, power, and convenience, but older types are still widely in use. New 24 USB 3.0, 3.1, and 3.2 can look almost identical, but there are a few clues. Type-A connectors often have 5 pins instead of 4 and are slightly deeper. They're usually blue inside and may be labeled SS or 3.0. Same appearance as 3.0 for Type-A, but Type-C versions are reversible. Labels may read SS or SS10. USB 3.2 looks the same as 3.1, with performance being the only difference. Labels may say SS10 or SS20. Tip: if you see blue plastic inside a Type-A port, it's generally USB 3.0 or newer. USB speed designations. Some USB-C cables will also have labels like 10 gigabits for USB 4. USB plugs connect and power our devices every day. Knowing the different types and their uses helps you make smarter choices and avoid frustration. Next time you reach for a cable, you'll know exactly what you're looking at. Understanding USB Plugs by Hewie Poplock, narrated by Edward Peters.
Well, thanks, Hewie. That's going to be a good reference video. You want to come back and watch it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. All right, let's move along and the final video today, and I'll show you that now. Google Wallet versus Google Pay in 2025. What's the difference and which one should you use? Are Google Wallet and Google Pay the same thing? Well, not exactly, and if you're confused, you're not alone. In this video, we'll break down the key differences between Google Wallet and Google Pay in 2025, show you what each app does, and help you decide which one is right for you. Let's clear up the confusion once and for all. Now let's start with a little backstory. Google Pay started out as Android Pay, launched back in 2015. It let Android users tap to pay in stores and online. In 2018, Google combined Android Pay and Google Wallet into a single app called Google Pay. Simple, right? Well, not quite. In 2022, Google introduced the Wallet brand. This time, it focused purely on being a digital wallet for storing things like credit cards, IDs, transit passes, and more. So now we have two apps again, Google Wallet and Google Pay. Each has its own role. So Google Wallet is all about replacing your physical wallet. You can use it to store your credit cards, debit cards, driver's license in supported regions, transit passes, even tickets, loyalty cards, vaccination records, and even digital car keys. It works offline, and it uses your phone's NFC to tap and pay, and is fully supported on Android phones and Wear OS smartwatches like the Pixel Watch. Think of it as your go for daily tap payments and digital passes. No banking features, just convenience. In 2025, the vast majority of mainstream smartphones, especially mid-range to flagship models, come equipped with NFC or near-field communication, since it's essential for contactless payments and seamless connectivity. However, some exceptions still exist, mostly among budget or minimalist type devices. Examples of 2025 phones that lack NFC are the HMD Vibe that sells for around $150, and it omits the NFC chip, making it unable to support contactless payments like Google Wallet and other tap-to-pay services. The Nothing CMF Phone 1 also lacks the NFC, and the Motorola Razr 2025 does support NFC, but it only in selected variants for certain regions. It's not universally available across all models, so be careful with that one. Now, the Light Phone 3, which, while minimalistic in design, does include an NFC chip in hardware, yet at launch, the payment functionality was disabled and expected only via future software updates. Why it still matters. Missing out on contactless payments. Without NFC, you can't use Google Wallet or other tap-to-pay services. Regional availability matters. Some phones include NFC hardware, but restrict its use based on regional variants or software readiness. Be sure and check before you buy. Always verify NFC support, especially for budget phones or imports, if you rely on the ever-popular mobile payments. Now I've asked a new member of our Tech for Senior team, Maya, to do a report on the NFC chip and give us a summary of what the current status is. Take it away, Maya.
NFC is a short-range wireless technology that allows devices to communicate when they are close to each other, typically within a few centimeters. This technology is revolutionizing the way we interact with our devices and the world around us. So, let's dive in and discover the magic of NFC. NFC stands for Near Field Communication, and it is a set of communication protocols that enable two electronic devices to establish communication by bringing them within close proximity. This technology is built on the principles of RFID, or radio frequency identification, but with a much shorter range. NFC is commonly found in smartphones, tablets, and contactless payment systems, making it an essential part of our modern technology landscape. It allows for quick and easy data transfer, making our interactions seamless and efficient. NFC operates on electromagnetic induction, which means it uses magnetic fields to transfer data between devices. When two NFC-enabled devices come close to each other, they create a magnetic field that allows them to exchange information. This process is incredibly fast, often taking just a fraction of a second. NFC can operate in two modes, active and passive. In active mode, both devices generate their own fields, while in passive mode, one device generates the field, and the other uses it to communicate. This versatility makes NFC a powerful tool for various applications. NFC technology has a wide range of applications that enhance our daily lives. One of the most popular uses is in contactless payments, where users can simply tap their smartphones or cards on a payment terminal to complete transactions. Additionally, NFC is used in ticketing systems for public transportation, allowing passengers to tap their devices to gain access. It also plays a significant role in smart advertising, where users can tap their phones on NFC-enabled posters to receive more information or promotional offers. The possibilities are endless. Smart devices are increasingly incorporating NFC technology to improve user experience. For instance, many smartphones now come equipped with NFC capabilities, allowing users to share files, photos, and contacts with just a tap. Smartwatches and fitness trackers also utilize NFC for quick payments and data transfer. Moreover, NFC tags can be embedded in various objects, enabling users to interact with their environment in innovative ways. This integration of NFC into smart devices is paving the way for a more connected and convenient future. Security is a crucial aspect of NFC technology, especially when it comes to financial transactions. NFC transactions are typically encrypted, providing a secure channel for data exchange. Additionally, the short range of NFC communication adds an extra layer of security, as devices must be in close proximity to interact. Many NFC-enabled payment systems also require user authentication, such as a fingerprint or PIN, before completing a transaction. These security measures ensure that users can enjoy the benefits of NFC without compromising their personal information. The future of NFC technology looks incredibly promising as it continues to evolve and expand into new areas. With the rise of the Internet of Things, IoT, NFC is expected to play a significant role in connecting various devices and enabling seamless communication between them. We may see NFC integrated into more everyday objects, from appliances to vehicles, enhancing convenience and efficiency. As technology advances, the potential applications of NFC will only grow, making it an exciting field to watch. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of near-field communication. We encourage you to learn more about NFC and consider how it can enhance your daily life. Whether it's making payments easier, sharing information faster, or connecting with smart devices, NFC is here to stay. Stay curious, stay informed, and embrace the future of technology with NFC.
Google Pay, on the other hand, focuses more on money management and payments. In the US and some other countries, you can receive money with friends, split bills, and even make group payments. It also offers cash rewards, personalized offers, and financial insights by linking your bank accounts. It's Google's answer to Venmo or Apple Cash with an added bonus, money-saving details built right in. But with Google Pay, the ability to send cashless transactions to your friends is limited to the US, Singapore, and India. Google Pay is not available in Canada, and if you try to download that, you will get Google Wallet. So here's a side-by-side comparison To make it even clearer, Google Wallet is for storing cards, passes, and IDs. Google Pay is for sending money, getting cash back, and managing finances. They both let you tap and pay, but only Wallet stores things like your driver's license or ticket events. Only Pay lets you transfer money to a friend or earn reward points, but remember, it's only available in a very limited number of countries such as the US, India, and Singapore. So while they both live under the same Google umbrella, they do very different things. So this is where it gets a bit tricky. A Google Wallet is widely available around the world for tap and pay and pass storage. Google Pay, however, is limited peer-to-peer payment support mainly in the US, India, and Singapore. So depending on where you live, you may only see one app or both in the Play Store. Be sure and check availability based on your country. So which one should you use? If you want to pay with your phone, store credit cards, transit passes, or IDs, then Google Wallet is perfect. If you like cashback offers, bill splitting, and money transfers, Google Pay is the way to go. And if you're in the US, you probably want to use both apps together to get the full Google payment experience. Just think, wallet equals what's in your physical wallet. Pay equals what you'd use to move money around the world. Let's talk about privacy and security. Both apps are built with strong privacy and security. They use biometric authentication, tokenized payments, and location controls. One key difference: Google Wallet stores less personal financial data than Pay, since it doesn't track your spending or link it to a bank account. You can also manage your privacy settings for both apps through your Google account. All right, to wrap it up, use Google Wallet for tap and pay and storing passes or IDs. Use Google Pay if you want money transfer, rewards, and spending insights. Both apps serve a purpose, and in 2025, they actually work better together than ever before. Let me know in the comments, are you a Google Wallet user or a Pay user or both? And don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more tech tips. Okay, so maybe you saw some of the images or some of the wordage in the first video I made and how I made it, right? All right, let's say goodbye to everybody over on our YouTube feed because Mike Leaman's going to get ready for our music outro. And if you, the videos, of course, have already been published, so you can watch them right now for our premiere version. Don't forget, if you want to come over and participate in the Q&A, we're happy to have you. All right, Mike, let me just stop the live stream. Stop live stream. There we go. Go ahead.
Okie dokie. So today, let me get my screen shared here. And where is it? I know I opened it. Whoops, wrong one. This is the one I want. So, notable events in music history on August the 11th. It's a day of significant events in music history spanning a range of genres and eras. Some of the most notable events: 1956, Elvis Presley released his double-sided single, Don't Be Cruel and Hound Dog. The songs went to #1 on the US charts and stayed there for 11 weeks, a record that would stand until 1992. In 1962, Neil Sedaka scored his first US #1 hit as an artist with Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. 1966, John Lennon held a press conference in Chicago to apologize for his controversial comment that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus. In 1969, Diana Ross hosted a party to introduce Motown's newest act, the Jackson 5. In '72, Elvis and Priscilla Presley filed for divorce after 5 years of marriage. 1973, DJ Kool Herc hosted a party in the Bronx, which is widely considered to be the birthplace of hip-hop music and culture. He used 2 turntables to extend the instrumental breaks of songs, and a technique that became the foundation of the genre. In 1979, Led Zeppelin played their final UK show at the Knobworth House in England. 1984, Ray Parker's song Ghostbusters, the theme from the film of the same name, began a 3-week run at #1 on the US singles charts. He was later sued by Huey Lewis, who claimed the song plagiarized his hit I Want a New Drug. The pair settled out of court. And in 1999, the band Kiss received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and Kiss just recently played their final concert. And today my featured piece of music is Neil Sedaka and Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. So I'm going to unshare here, Ron, and if you'll play that, and I'll post the link for the cut on that's a change in times too. 3 shows a night. Can you imagine?
86 years old, still alive.
Yeah.
86 years old, still alive, eh? I wonder if he's still performing.
I don't believe so, but he possibly could be.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing. All right. Well, I guess that's, why such a see takes me back. Good memories. I was just sitting there, memories flowing out. I was thinking, I just don't remember him being that young ever.
That's the only way I remember him.
Oh, is that right? Okay, anyway. Well, hey, that was a great show today. Thanks everyone for coming. We're going to be moving into our Q&A.